I'm Rebecca King Ferraro.
And I'm Michael Sean Breeden, and you're listening to Conversations on Dance. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Mikey.
You have been really hard at work for the past couple of weeks for all things Conversations on Dance, and we'd like to share with our listeners what you've been up to.
Oh my gosh, we're so excited. We've done a complete rebrand of the pod. Hopefully, if everything goes according to plan when this comes out, when you're listening to this episode, you'll see some new cover art that we have. We have a brand new website. It's called conversationsondancepod.com, P-O-D. Don't go to conversationsondance.com because someone is squatting on that domain name. I did send them another email yesterday, like, are you going to give this up? So anyways, don't give them hits. It's conversationsondancepod.com. If you want to check out what we have going on there, we have so many new exciting things. We have moved our podcast over to Acast. So we're part of the Acast Creator Network now, which is very exciting. And it really will enhance our listener experience and allow them to listen to us in so many more places. An example of that is Amazon Music, which we're now available there. And you can also listen on YouTube, which is great. I know that some people just like to hang out on YouTube, during the day at work. So we're there now. So that's really, really exciting. And I feel like we're moving on up. It's been a while. When we first started this, it was kind of there still really wasn't, podcasts were still so new, kind of in a way, like there weren't these options.
Yeah. I mean, it's so great what you've done to expand access to our little podcast that could. Yeah. And the website looks great. I've had the sneak peek at it.
Well, it's actually live as of right now. So
okay.
So hopefully
conversationsondancepod.com. Everybody check it out. But something that I'm pretty excited about is that we have new merch, which we haven't had since our first year, right?
It's been a while because then we got nervous that we're like, well, maybe no one cares about us. So maybe we don't need merch.
Things are a little different from our first year now. I think we have a few more listeners.
Just a few.
And certainly a few more episodes. Yeah. But what's really fun about the merch is that my good friend Ben Wiseman, who I grew up in Kentucky with, designed it for us. Ben is an incredible graphic illustrator. If you go to benwiseman.com, you can see some of Ben's work. I'm just going to pull it up right now. And
it's amazing.
Ben's done the cover of Time magazine. He recently did the designs for Bad Cinderella on Broadway.
So cool.
And for the posters and all that artwork that goes into advertising it, which to me is so fun because Ben and we grew up together listening to Phantom of the Opera and kind of being, just total theater ballet geeks. And so now he's just like designing posters for new Andrew Lloyd Webber musicals.
So wild.
It's a fun full circle thing. So Ben is very supportive of the podcast and offered, I think totally unprompted, just offered to design new merch for us, or like maybe even just sent it. I can't remember exactly how it worked, but he was just like, what do you think about these? And I was like, we'll take it.
Can you describe what it is? I mean, it's gonna be linked in the show notes, so that you can check out our website. It's also on the website, but then we'll have the merch link there as well. But Michael, can you describe it? Because it's just like the cutest. I love it so much.
It's an homage to the iconic New York City Ballet poster that has the feet in the 5 positions for ballet. But in this instance, it's sort of microphones wrapped around, almost looking like point shoe ribbons. And
the microphone is like the point shoe, and then the cord is the ribbon.
Right.
So cute.
Yeah, it's very clever, and that's exactly the kind of stuff that Ben does. Like if I'm looking through, his work on his website, it's like. Let me find an instance where it's like always these cleverly disguised moments within. One of my favorite things that Ben ever did, which you said that you liked, that was something that stood out to you when you were perusing the website, is his reimagining of Sunday on the Island of Le Grand Jatte by Georges Seurat. And he's which is the famous painting, a pointillist painting that's in the Art Institute of Chicago. and it's sort of the background, the setting for Sunday in the Park with George by Sondheim. And so he's reimagined it as like a sunny day in Williamsburg. So it has all sorts of, New York City people vibing
They're like
by
looking
the
at their
water.
phones and listening to their
Right.
headphones and stuff. And people have like
The
full sleeves of
person,
tattoos.
right, exactly. Yeah, I was just thinking that, like the character Dot, who's kind of like this, I don't know, not the central figure, but someone who your eye is drawn to in the painting, the character Dot from Sunday in the Park with George. This um character is in the artwork has a full tattoo sleeve rather than a bustle. So
I love it.
it's very cute.
Yes. So thank you so much to Ben. We love it so much. And we hope that everyone will check it out and enjoy. And so that's really exciting for us. We're really pleased to introduce that. Just a few more housekeeping items before we move on to other things. But we also wanted to mention that we have a reading list, which we've had for a while, but we've kind of moved that over to Amazon. So we have this whole list of books that we love that are from, a lot of them are from friends of the pod. Other ones are just like classic dance reads that we just love, love, love. So that's also on our website. You can access that there. We've also expanded into some like music too. We have some like perfect music for class, just like different lists of things that we love. So that's there for your perusal as well. Let's see. Oh, you can also join our email list very easily now through our website. Before it was kind of hard to find. So if you would like just an email every in the morning after a podcast comes out, just to get that straight to your inbox, you can subscribe to our email list. And as always, if you wanted to support the pod, one of the best ways to do it is to rate and review us wherever you listen to your podcasts. We love seeing people's comments, and we just truly appreciate all of your support so much. And it's just been so fun to put all this together and think back to our humble beginnings of Conversations on Dance and how I kind of just like made all of this work with duct tape, and now we have it set up like so officially now. And
I love how happy it makes you.
I like this in like in the middle of the night at 5 o'clock, I woke up and I was like checking the links on the website and like, okay, we have to do this. And like, it's invading my mind. I texted you and I was like, I think we're going to do this.
Yeah. I think everyone knows, I feel like I say this, but probably not nearly enough, but I have nothing to do with anything technological. I don't edit the episodes. I don't do our website. This is all Rebecca is doing. So please give her all the props in the world.
Also,
because
when I publish an episode, it takes like a third of the time that it did before. So that makes me feel really happy.
Amazing.
Too.
Yes.
It's really great.
Yeah. Cut down on that unnecessary workload.
We love to see it.
You've got a baby to feed.
I got things to do. But yeah, this has been really fun and it does make me really happy. So one other thing that is kind of fun is that because of the way the transfer worked out, we were only able to transfer over 300 episodes. That doesn't mean the other ones are lost. We still have them. Don't worry, I did much research to make sure of that. But they're no longer on our feed. So we're missing about 58 pods, and we're going to be going back and taking a look. Some of them are like our first year Veil, like mini pods. So maybe those will, we'll see what we end up doing with those. But there's some good ones on there, like Edward Villela's 3-part interview.
Yeah, all stuff worth revisiting. Mm-hmm. I might even have to listen to an episode and hear the sound of my own voice. Horror of horrors.
Your least favorite thing to do. I was actually thinking, because I started the Edward episode yesterday and I was like, gosh, I need to listen. So, and of course that was like, I think it was still like in maybe 2017 when we did that. So there's some, we're not going to be able to re-release all of them, but we are going to be doing some of them over the upcoming weeks. And so, especially for our listeners who are newer, we hope that that'll be fun. And I did want to mention that like Heather Watts' interview did come over. It was like one of the first ones that was imported, but then I was like, is it worth re-releasing to revisit? Maybe too.
I mean,
we'll discuss.
Yeah, naturally. I mean, I'm looking through this list right now and we have some just really great things on here. I mean,
the first one with Jennifer Homans is there too.
Jennifer Homans. We have Patty McBride.
Oh,
hello.
Gosh, yeah.
Yeah. And we have Misty. our Misty interview.
Wait, did I
This
not
is all like
realize this? I just sent this to you and walked away.
I'm
Didn't
just
look at it.
looking through,
Yeah.
and another one that was really iconic that I that features that amazing story about her debut in Swan Lake at 19, Sarah Mearns' first interview with us.
I was thinking
So,
we
yeah,
have
it's
to re-release it
fun stuff
because
to revisit.
we refer to that
We reference
story every single time we talk to her
and I even made her talk about it the last time she was on the podcast
in
with
Vail,
Pam.
right?
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's a great transition. Shall we talk about Vail?
So very exciting for us. We are going to be reunited in Vail.
Yay!
After a year after you gave birth in the middle of Vail last year. How dare you not time it better? No, but it's gonna be so great for us to be back together. And your newborn Benjamin is gonna celebrate his first birthday
in Vail.
just before.
No,
or is it in
there.
Vail? You're gonna be in Vail. Yes, that's so awesome.
We were initially supposed to have the day off from pods, and things could still change. I don't know what, like, nothing's final. But I think now we might have one that day. And also it's like, fine. Like, but at first when she said that, I was like, oh, that's so fun. But yeah, so we'll have his little birthday with all his ballet buddies.
I call Benjamin a newborn, but I feel like you stopped saying that at a certain point.
I keep wondering that too.
6 months old now, or 7
8 months on
8
Saturday.
months. Wow. Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
He's just like a human now. It's so weird. He used to just be a blob, and now he's like, has opinions, and he lets me know them. And if I'm not giving him the attention that he desires, he's like, listen, I have agency in this world now, and I'm gonna let you know.
Figuring it out. He's a heartbeat away from saying no.
I'm telling you. Wow. Yeah, it's really fun though. It is fun to see. It's like now we're like, okay, now we have to like parent, I guess. Before we were just like, this is fun. Now we're like, okay, we gotta like boundaries.
You saying blob just kills me. Yeah, we just gotta keep this blob going. Just put food in it, and then
Well, he just like recently he had been sleeping through the night for forever, and then recently he's just been like getting up and crying, and then I'm like, oh my God, he must be hungry. And then I feed him. And then I was talking to the doctor. They're like, he's not hungry. He's just seeing if you'll cuddle with him in the middle of the night. And I was like, that monster, are you serious?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, he's just testing
manipulators.
You. Yeah. Now we're crying in the middle of the night. But then he's like, okay. After 10 minutes, he's like, guess she's not coming. Back to bed.
I got to hang out with friend of the pod, Janie Taylor's 16-month-old yesterday or 2 days ago. And it's just so funny. His favorite word is car. And he just says it every time a car passes. And Janie was like, I mean, imagine having the ability to be that excited about something you just saw 10 of 5 seconds ago.
It's so true.
I love it.
It's so true. Like yesterday, I was having him like stand on a chair, like, holding himself up on a chair. And he was just pounding on the chair. Bam, bam, bam. And you're just smiling and so happy. And I was like, wow, I have like 10 toys over there. Not interested in that. Like, let me just pound on this chair that's sitting right
Let me just pound this chair.
Yeah.
I love chair.
I love chair. Let me see this sound I can make. And I was like, knock yourself out, bud. All right. So funny.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry to reroute, but I don't think we mentioned what we have in the merch. We have coffee mugs, sweatshirts, t-shirts, hoodies, tote bags. Yeah.
Yeah. Really excited about the coffee mugs. We have stuff coming. I'm excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm excited. I needed a new COD t-shirt. Mine has holes.
Oh, really worn it out.
I wear it a lot,
I love that you wear that a lot. I know. These are better. These are better than than the merch that we sadly brainstormed for ourselves because we didn't have design experience. So Ben saved us and got us some cool stuff. But anyway, you're talking about Janie, and you got to see her because you're in LA right now. Enough of all this other COD business. Tell us what's up.
Yeah. I'm doing double increases, which is very fun. I'm doing increases for USC, and then I go to Golden State Ballet, which is run by our former peer Cindy Huang and Raul Salamanca.
That's so cool.
So let me re-say that. Which is run by a former peer of mine from Boston Ballet, Raul Salamanca, and his wife Cindy Huang, who danced with us at Miami City Ballet. So it's going to be a fun full circle moment there. It's also San Diego is where Justin is from. I'm not sure if his ballets have been performed there or not.
Oh, that's
Um,
cool.
but yeah, it's pretty it's exciting to bring his work to his hometown.
That's cool.
But of course, increases I love, I'm obsessed with, love getting to share that ballet with new dancers. You know, you just everyone feels wonderful in it. You just know you're giving someone a gift of an experience that
Right.
like it's just so nice that I can go in every day and be like, ah, they're gonna have so much fun, and I get to help them on that ride, you
Mm,
know. And it's nice to be back somewhere that I've already been before, which I've never done. I'm going back to Indiana University later, so that'll be
mhm.
my second. So this year is the first time I get to go back somewhere, and I know the organization and I know some of the dancers. So it's cool to go in and feel at home right away and not have to be in that sort of state of figuring people out or how things work. You know,
Yeah.
I
So
kind of get it already.
how many dancers, because of course since it's a educational organization, like there's kids going in and out. So how many dancers did you know? Was it still like, I bet so many of them are still there from last year, right?
I bet it's about 50-50. I mean,
Okay.
a lot of obviously the seniors graduated and moved
Right.
on. And then some people that, well, they can only, I believe they can only pick one thing, one piece of rep.
Okay.
So one dancer I lost to someone we love, so it's okay. Hope Boykin is here creating a new work.
Mikey.
Yeah. And I mean, I see Hope in the building, which brings me so much joy. And we went to dinner together. So Hope stole this dancer from me that I really loved, but it's okay because it's Hope. And and I was also happy to find out this dancer is only a sophomore, so maybe I'll get to come back and work with them again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been really good, and it's going to be really interesting to see. So I have 1 week off in between the increases stagings.
Hmm.
So I could I'm just gonna show up in San Diego, like you go here, you go here, you go here, bye. Like it's even for this staging, because I did it in Atlanta in September. I started feeling like guilty about not preparing
Right.
as much. But that but like I go to prepare and I'd just be like, what are you doing? You're just doing mindless. I know it, so it's not I don't need to kill myself like watching videos that I've already watched a million times over and over and over.
Totally.
So it is fun to settle in even more with every staging to a place where I can just be really confidently say in that sort of like Roma-esque way. I'm like, well, are we looking at Daniel and Lapata, or are we looking at Christian? Or are we looking at, like, because in the 1989 video, we did it like this. Like, I really feel like I have those videos cataloged in my head.
That's great
Or,
though.
yeah.
It's good to feel
So yeah, it's,
comfortable, like I
yeah.
mean, could never imagine being in that position, just like, especially at the beginning, the like anxiety and nerves, like everyone's looking at you in the room, like to make things happen. And now that you're
Mhm.
really settling into your process and everything, it must be so rewarding. Is this the first time you've done two back to back like this? Like, or at least like, I mean, obviously it's so close together, but have you done kind of
Yeah.
close
I
trajectory
haven't done
before?
anything that close together. And then this fall, I'm going to be with you in Vail. I fly
Mm.
from Vail to Nashville, where I'll be staging You're the Rabbit. And then I fly from Nashville to IU to Indianapolis to Bloomington, and then I stage the first movement of Heatscape. That will be a new thing for me, but it was a work made on us.
Yeah.
So
Are we working on it together in Vail?
let's do it. Oh my God,
Yay!
yes.
Yes, let's
Oh, so
review.
fun. I will really be reviewing. And Rabbit, I need to review too, because last time I did it with Zoe, but I'll be all by my lonesome now. So I got to know all the lady parts too.
You know what
But
this is
yeah,
making me think of? Not to change the subject, but I meant to mention this too, that we started a couple of Spotify playlists. And these ballets are making me think of it because say how like we first initially like started talking about this.
I think it came from us talking about Benjamin needing to be exposed to classical music, right?
Well, you were just like,
Because
oh, do you ever just like randomly listen to ballet music, or am I insane? And I was
Mhm,
like, actually, I have been recently because I want to have music on. And like when I was pregnant too, I played it for
mhm.
Ben. And I was like, oh, it's just so fun to like listen to these ballet, like you don't realize when you're in the studio all the time, you're just constantly surrounded by exceptionally beautiful music.
Mhm.
And then when you're
Yeah.
not, it's just like gone in your life and you don't really
Right.
realize. And so playing all these ballets, like, and also the orchestral versions are so fun, you know, because they can play whatever tempo. So
Yeah.
like the Rubies one I listen to
Mhm.
is like insanely
Wild. Yeah.
bonkers fast. And it's just so exciting. So,
Right.
anyways, so we were talking about that.
Yeah. And then you started putting together some playlists of music that we love from our careers. I was just listening to Symphonic Dances, Rachmaninoff's Symphonic Dances, which we did Alexei Rachmansky's version of for years and years. And it's just the most gorgeous music. And then you and the conversation inspired me. I was like, I need to be going to the New York Phil. And then I looked while I was out here. And so I actually just went to the LA Philharmonic on Tuesday night.
How was
Actually
that?
did.
I saw.
It was good. It was good. It was only they did two string quartets, and then there was a string sextet, like a reduction of Wagner's Tristan and Isolde, which I love. It's the most beautiful music. And it was very, very beautiful in this reduction, but I did think like the richness of the full orchestra would have been insane. So yeah, but it's just I used to do that a little bit more in Miami. I know I went to see things at the Arch Center all the time, and it's just like being surrounded by good classical music is important. And you're right, we take it for granted as dancers. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like we were pretty good at feeling gratitude for certain things, but that's one thing that I just like let go of, and I miss it. So I'm trying to bring it back.
It's so fun. And some of the things that like when it comes up on the playlist that I mean, so we have two playlists. We have one that's like program A and program B. And so we have like kind of more things that were more modern ballets, like the Philip Glass kind of stuff. Like we have increases in there. I wanted to add some more. We'll add some more before this comes out, maybe. But in the upper room is in there. That has been really fun to just like pop on. I have some we have Caroline Shaw in there. But then like in the more classical version, like I just love whenever Allegro comes on, I'm just like, oh God.
Okay,
Such
I
a
had
good
a question
ballet.
for you.
Tell me.
You ever like sometimes there are just moments that pop into my head about like a very specific moment of performing, and like so they're like I'll just see myself in them, and one of them is one of them comes at the end of Allegro where I just remember like this was my favorite moment for some reason. It was when the men come out and you start to do your repeat of the like sote glissade beat it awesome blah blah blah. But then when we run to the corner and then you offer and the women go from the stage upstage left go saute glissade padishah, and then that music saute chasse tour jete land shane 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 down before gift wrapping.
Yes.
That's like I just see myself there sometimes because it's just the best music, and you're at the end, so you have that final push and you've already just done something so rewarding, and it's like it's all just ready to pop off. So that's one moment I see myself in. Like, what's for you? Like, what's something that just will come into your head sometimes?
You know what? For that ballet in particular, like also I just got chills when you were talking about it because it's just so freaking good. But for that ballet, I think of the moment where we're in the diagonal and it's like with what is it? It's like a saute.
Oh, the mad.
The mad scene. And you do like the soutenu and fall into the boys' arms, and they have to pick you up really fast, and you soutenu again, and then you do the pique 4. Like all the women go into pique arabesque in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it goes backwards, and you fall into the boys' arms, and like that part is just like whew, like you're right. It's just like about to just pop off, you know? Like it just feels so good.
So good.
I think of that, and then sometimes when these like things come up, like when I listen to Rubies, I'm not necessarily like in it, like I'm performing it, like I'm seeing the steps kind of, but like in Allegro, I really do. Also in Ballet Imperial, what is the PC3? Is that what it is? Like what other
TPC2? TPC2. It's his second piano concerto. Allegro is the third piano concerto, which was it was unfinished, or maybe I don't know. I think maybe a student of his finished it off or something.
Okay.
Certainly, it's only the one movement. So usually a piano concerto has what, like 3?
Right.
At least 3.
Yeah.
So
So I
yeah,
always like
yeah.
feel myself in that valley too. Like the finale step, especially like the end of the first movement, that finale step when everybody's doing the suit. Like I always
Whew.
remember like you do a suit new right at the end and then right to the knee. And the most beautiful part of that is that the music ends as soon as everybody gets to the knee, but there's an extra count that's in the silence and all the women's dresses just fall down the count after.
Oh, I love that. I love that so
And you guys, you
much.
maybe never noticed it, but like I would feel it. You know, you like suit
You
knee
would
down and
hear
then
it. You'd
you're,
feel
and
it.
then because you go down so fast and then the skirt goes
Like an
right
extra
after.
count. Oh, I love that. Woo.
And you
That's
can
so
see it
good.
like on stage, like when you, it's just like,
Mhm.
yeah. It's a great ballet, Jonathan. You know that.
Rubies, I'm always like I do listen to Rubies. That's one I come to a lot. And it's fascinating to me that we didn't dance it very much, but I still know I visualize like everyone's steps. I might not know them perfectly, but like I can do the whole pas de deux in my
The
head.
putted, I was just
Like
gonna say,
battement,
absolutely.
kick, step, développé, chasse,
Mm-hmm.
enveloppe, swivel. Like I can see it all
Mm-hmm.
because it's the most insanely musical thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I could map out the whole ballet just from having looked at it.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we only danced it, I think that one. Oh, we did it in Vale. Yeah.
Right. That
We
was the
did
only
a
time
couple
I
shows in
danced.
Vale.
Wait, did you not
And
do it
then
when we did Jules? You must have.
we I did
That
it a
first
few
year.
shows, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was only one program, one time, and
Like our very
you know,
first, was it our
our
first
first
like
year
official core year? Yeah.
we were apprentices, I think. Yeah. It was an apprentice year. So we were babies, babies.
Um,
Um, what else is there to talk about?
we got a really great submission of a podcast idea that's going to be coming soon. We have to schedule that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, when we always appreciate our listeners um uh offering advice or ideas, and this one idea is going to come to fruition shortly. So thank you, and we'll let you when it comes out. I mean, that listener will know
yeah,
they directed
and we'll give
us
them a
to
shout
it. But
out too.
we'll yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're always eager to do things that our listeners want to hear. So
Okay. And one other thing before we close out, we just wanted to give a quick shout out to one of our sponsors, Dimensions Dance Theater of Miami, who, of course, we very much love, but they are having open auditions for their next season, the 23-24 season. And it is on April 23rd. And you can get more information about that on dimensionsdancemia.com/auditions. I'll put the link in the show notes for everyone, but the company is run by our former colleagues, Jennifer Cronenberg and Carlos Guerra, and they are just doing such great things with the company. And so if anyone is interested, please be sure to check that out and get in touch with them. And it's just such a great company. They have such awesome dancers and they're such a tight-knit group. So shout out to them.
yeah, we love them. And yeah, I feel like I think they keep getting all new great dancers all the time. I like every so often I'll be on social media and I'll be like, who is this person? And you'll be like, oh, they're new at Dimensions.
I
Yeah.
know, and they're
You let me know.
I know. Yeah, and like look what's going
Yeah.
on. It's so great. So anyways, well, thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for your overwhelming support. Like it's just I think this feels like full circle-ish kind of for us to be growing the podcast in this way and to be thinking back to when we were first setting it up and just how different it is. And we just love all of you so much for listening and for this community that we have kind of accidentally created. And we just love it so much. And so truly appreciative to everyone.
Yes. So please go check out Rebecca's amazing work for the podcast on our new website, as well as Ben's great designs, new designs for our new merchandise.
So excited. All right. Thanks, Mikey. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Bye. Conversations on Dance is a part of the ACAST Creator Network. For more information, visit conversationsondancepod.com.